Well, this might be the end of an era for my Sears Suburban loaders. I think I have this one actually traded off, and I can't even believe the deal that's happening with this thing. A guy contacted me from Facebook. He has a case, I think it's an 1835B skid steer, a 4-cylinder diesel, case diesel. It's around like a 1980 to 84, somewhere in that time frame. He said it's a little bit smoky, so the controls are a little bit loose on it, but he's had it for several years and it's too heavy for his property. So he asked if I wanted to trade this for his skid steer and get this, and $600. So not only is he going to trade me a skid steer, running, driving skid steer for a Sears Suburban tractor, he's also going to give me some additional cash money. So I ended up throwing a 3-point hitch on the back of this because he said he has some property that eventually he wants to do grading and maybe plant a garden or something like that. So he's like, I could use a 3-point hitch. And I'm like, well, I have one for my tractor. And really he needs this to clean out chicken poop and goat poop from the pens on his property. He said the skid steer is just too heavy, it sinks into the ground. And so I did a bunch of work on this thing. I got the motor running pretty much pristine. Most of what the issue was the condenser was bad. So I bought a condenser, I mounted it on the side of the coil, grounded it to the engine tin. I did an oil change in it. I put new plugs and wires on it last night, and this thing runs pretty good. It still needs choke to run, so either the idle circuit in the carburetor is dirty, or it could be that the intake has a leak in it, which is possible because you need choke even at full throttle on this. So I'll make him aware of any issues it has. I have the seal kit for the bucket cylinders that I'm going to give him with it. I threw the original counterweight that I got with the 68 loader on the back of this thing for now. So he has that, plus the weight box that was bolted on the back of this and all the barbell weights that I had. I threw these steel plate weights on there that I had. They're only like 45 pounds each or 40 pounds each, something like that, but it's some weight. I put some really good tires on it because the tires that were on this thing were leaking air. I put tire chains on it. So it's as good as I can make it right now. It runs pretty good. Everything on it works. It's probably working better than it has in a long time. I topped off the loader fluid, so it's ready to go to its new home. And I can't wait for the adventure that befalls me tomorrow. Tomorrow's Good Friday 2025, and I'm going to get a good deal, hopefully, on a skid steer. And even if the skid steer is a little bit, beat up, so is this. I mean, tractor itself, it's not the best looker. This is actually an SS18. I think it's a 76 was the only year they had SS18s. Or it might be an 18.6, I can't remember. I had taken the BGMS out of this thing because it was running really crappy and I wanted something that would at least run properly. This is a BFMS out of a 73, SS16, nose cones out of an SS16, and I, put some angle iron on it to keep it from breaking any further than it was. The whole center section had broken out, but it does work the way it is. The steering on this is good. I adjusted the brakes, so the brakes are good to go. Everything on it works. Clutch is tight. The belt, the drive belt's fairly new. The loader belt is basically brand new, and I've replaced most of the hydraulic hoses on this thing already, so he's getting a good machine to start off with. So that's where I'm at with this guy. Hopefully, when I get there, he's not disappointed with it. Hopefully, he feels like he's getting a good deal as I am with the skid steer. And it'll be really cool to have a skid steer and the Massey Ferguson. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to take these off so I don't lose them. But yeah, that's kind of a quick update video. I haven't done anything since I got back from plow day, but we're getting things done.
Cranky in the shop, late night lights hum. Worn out boots grit under his thumb. His old man taught him what wrenches sing. Fix that broken soul, gotta mend the thing. Rusty cars and a wallet too lean. lessons built the man. Turn the crank, fix the gear, chase the sound of faith unclear. Self-reliance built in his bones. He don't need no one's loan. Times were lean, but his spirit grew. Oil-stained arms built dreams anew. Scrapyard whispers his only tune. Grind away beneath the moon. He don't back down when the engine screams. Dirty knuckles forge fiery dreams. His father's ghost in every turn. Lessons taught, fires that burn. Turn the crank, fix the gear, chase the sound of faith unclear. Self-reliance built in his bones. He don't need no one's loan. He don't back down when the engine screams. Dirty knuckles forge fiery dreams. His father's ghost in every turn. Lessons taught, fires that burn. Turn the crank, fix the gear, chase the sound of faith unclear. Yeah, self-reliance built in his bones. He don't need no one's loan. Yeah, no one's loan.
Oh, boys, I got it. She's a little bit worse for the wear, but thing runs freaking mint. It does smoke, but it smells like good diesel smoke, not like burning oil. So it's just age, I think. Probably a little bit sketchy how I have it tied down, but it's about all I can do. I'm gonna drive 8 or 10 miles up the road and pull over and check it again just to make sure nothing's moving. Really don't like the way this thing's tied down at all. Now that I look at it again, I'm gonna have to throw some more straps on her. I got no chain binders, and I probably should.
Now watch his hand stained with the grind. Wrenches twisting truth in the iron bind. Oil and steel, the lessons in sweat showed me the gears I'll never forget. Fix these hands, make them strong. Turn the bolts right from wrong. Through the noise, through the grime, learning to build in borrowed time. He spoke in sparks in the clash of steel. Truth hidden deep in the things you can feel. Hands like hammers in a world of breaks. Taught me to hold when everything shakes. Fix these hands, make them strong. Turn the bolts right from wrong.
I went early to pick up this tractor this morning, and I'm glad I did, because on the southbound side of the road where I was about an hour and a half ago, there was just a car accident with a car on fire. 2 out of the lanes of traffic, if not 3 out of the 4, are closed, and now traffic is backed up 4 miles. So I'm glad I went early. Yeah, I'd be sitting in that for a long time. Fire trucks were just getting there to try to put it out, and the car was smoking. It smelled so bad. Anywho. So it was a long day of driving. About an hour and 45 minutes down, over 2 hours back, because there was a couple accidents on the way back. But It's done. I traded my last Sears loader for this lovely 1984, 85, 86, somewhere around that year range, Case 1835B, 4-cylinder diesel skid steer. And she is a beaut, Clark. And I don't necessarily mean that in a great way. So let's go over a few things. Those aren't the right lug nuts. Nope. There used to be tread on that tire. I think that's supposed to be the muffler. Missing a pin because the back door's bent. Let's look at the bucket. Wait a minute. This was a quick attach bucket, but it was so loose they had to put muffler clamps on it. The pins are wallered out. The bottom of the bucket has been skinned once already, and they did a terrible job. I think they welded over top of the old bottom of the bucket. So there's like 2 layers of steel in a lot of places, and it's really crappy. Not too bad though. You know, don't pay any attention to this stuff. You could have a little more tread on that guy. The seat is mint. I mean, perfect, right? Here's the ignition key. Let's see if she'll start. It may not, because the battery was messed up earlier. So let's see here. Ignition on. Let me check my wires here, because you know the battery wiring is so good that I bet it's just oozing horsepower. Yeah, that seems okay. Seems good. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's see if she starts again. Well, crap. You know, the crappy thing about this, I did have it running a little while ago, and she runs mint. She really does. Just don't look down in that area. Yeah, let's see if I can get it going again.